Welcome back. This is Coach AV Tech, and today we're going to create simple, no frills, lower thirds for your productions. This is a way to create titles and lower third graphics that fit your color scheme. Now, I'm fully aware there are plugins and motion graphics and templates, Mogrts, M-O-G-R-T, motion graphic templates that are easily do this, but sometimes you want to create one that's customizable and we need to learn the skill. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to start with our clip of the interview here, and we're missing something that we're going to add. So we're going to go up to View and we're going to hit Show Guides, and then we're going to go View and we're going to make sure that Safe Margins is a guide. Now if you don't have it, it takes it off. If you do, just make sure you've clicked both of those and that your guides are on here, and this is going to tell you where to put your lower thirds. The first thing we're going to do after we set up our guides is create a shape. This is the rectangle tool. If we click on it and hold, we can see we can make an ellipse, polygon, but we're going to pick rectangle, and then we're going to go somewhere in here. We're just going to create a rectangle. And now, so you've got a black rectangle or possibly a gray rectangle with no stroke. It might look something like this if you haven't done this before. We're going to change that. So the first thing we're going to do after we've put the shape in is change it to black and then add a stroke. So we got the white box around it. Now we're going to choose our selection tool and we're going to bring up the handlebars and we're going to drag it slightly off screen on both ends. All right. Then we're going to drag it down to where the white line is kind of on the bottom. Now you notice it's probably not centered here. To center it, we go down to Align and Transform. If you don't have it, you go to Window and make sure Align's on here. And then you want to center in the middle. Now that makes your black box slightly off. And if we take our guides off, you can see that you got a black box with the white lines. Yeah, of course you can't see the end lines. We don't want to see those. We don't want that distracting the viewer. So if I go back to View, we're going to need those show guides back. It's a little tall, okay, for me. So I'm going to click back on it or click my selection tool and drag down so that it's about equal distance on both sides. I'm just eyeballing that. You can too. Now we got a great place to put our text, which is our next one, is our type tool. We click the type tool, we go in here and we put his name. We're going to make up a name, Jim New. He's just Jim New. Now inside here we can highlight it and we can go over here and we can choose a lot of different fonts, and you know, it's really cool. For this one I'm going to go Arial. It's very boring, I know, and we're going to go Arial Black. And so we've got Jim New there, and that's going to be pretty big, so we're going to drag Jim New down and make sure he fits. And as long as the blue box fits in here, you can make it a little bigger and then click off and then back onto Jim New, and so that he's kind of in the middle. We want the blue line to kind of be the middle, and so I'm just kind of eyeballing this, and there you go. That's pretty good right there. And then now we're going to add her name. We're going to call her Jane 2. She's the 2 shot. All right, so it can be whatever their name is. Now we click and we drag. Now we can eyeball this, but these guys, if we hold shift, we'll actually select them there. We can hold shift up here, we can hold shift down there, and we can go back down here to alignment, align to selection, make sure that's chosen. It could be aligned to video frame. We want to align to selection and then click that, and it should line the centers up. Now if we hold shift and drag, we'll keep that line up right there, and that way we don't slide off the line, and we can center it up on the person. So we've got a cool little 2 shot here of Jim New and Jane 2, and that's pretty much it. It's very simple, very basic. And you can change the color schemes to whatever your style guide says to do. That's all for today. I appreciate you watching. Tune in for more Premiere Pro tutorials. This has been Coach AV Tech. See you later.